Saw Gerrera's Partisans versus Krayt's Claw, the rebellion terrorist group versing bounty hunters. Who would win? The Partisans were a militant insurgent group who enacted armed brutal campaigns against the Galactic Empire. They were led and founded by Saw Gerrera, and the Partisans' willingness to resort to extreme tactics such as torture and attacks on civilian targets made even the Rebel Alliance distance themselves from the extremist group.
Now that's how you deal with the Empire.
While Krayt's Claw was run by a young Boba Fett, being mentored by Aurra Sing. With the combined experience of the group, they were as deadly as any other bounty hunter faction, and members included Boba Fett, Bossk, C-21 High Singer, and Latts Razzi, with other bounty hunters like Oked, Dengar, Ventress, and Embo participating in various missions with Krayt's Claw. The Partisans have, of course, Saw Gerrera, only defeated by the Death Star, and the group was initially trained by the Clone Army and the Jedi to fight the Separatist Alliance.
You're Saw Gerrera, trained by Captain Rex and General Skywalker to fight for the Republic.
And their fight would continue against the Empire. It's hard to find lifelong members of the Partisans because they frequently die for the cause.
For the cause!
Benthic and Edrio were pilots and mercenaries previously working with Envy's Nest, and they were key players in the Partisan group, being loyal and second in command to Saw Gerrera. They even helped the bombing that killed Moff Panaka. They would employ gunmen for hire like the Gregorian mercenary Moroff, and worked as a mobile cell across the galaxy, working with local resistance forces like the Bad Batch, Tarful and Cal Kestis on Kashyyyk, Luthen Rail's Rebel Cell, and Cassian Andor and Jyn Erso on Jedha. Notable forces amongst the Partisans included the Cavern Angels, which were a squadron of stolen X-Wing starfighters and U-Wings that were used by Saw Gerrera's Partisans. Krayt's Claw was well armed with assassins and hitmen. Bossk, the Trandoshan bounty hunter, was a veteran in the business, and C-21 High Singer was a combat bounty droid with a blaster cannon for an arm. And Latts Razzi was an up-and-coming bounty hunter, and it was all being ran by a young Boba Fett being mentored by Aurra Sing. In terms of firepower, I think the Partisans are going to have the upper hand. They're explosion experts and they're dedicated followers that would certainly beat the for-hire Krayt's Claw. In a fight one-on-one with the initial members of Krayt's Claw being Boba Fett, Aurra Sing, C-21, Bossk, and Razzi, they could certainly do some damage if they were hired by the Empire to engage Saw's Partisans, but I don't think they could take down the leading members. But it is important to remember that when Krayt's Claw was founded, Boba Fett was young. But if the group lived on to see the Partisans and a prime Boba Fett, Bossk, and Aurra Sing were hired for the job, they could certainly take down Saw Gerrera, but I would probably toss it up to a 50-50. In terms of space combat, I still think the Partisans are going to have the upper hand, with the Cavern Squadron. To my knowledge, Slave One is the only ship worthy of a dogfight, as Bosk's Hound Tooth was a freighter, and Slave One and Boba Fett wouldn't be enough to stop Benthic and Edrio and the other members of the Cavern Angels, and Bosk's freighter would just be an easy target for the U-Wing bombers. The only time I could see Krayt's Claw having the upper hand against Saw Gerrera's Partisans is if they had Asajj Ventress working for them. But what do you think? Who would win in a battle between the Saw Gerrera's Partisans and the Krayt's Claw bounty hunter group? Comment down below, subscribe if you would like, and until next video, goodbye.